If you're new here, hi there. My name is Zohar and I'm a flexibility coach for adults and a contortionist. This is one of our many classes that come out every Saturday in a pre-recorded format or as a live training. So if you're an adult wanting to develop your flexibility from anywhere, anytime, you are in the right channel. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and save our classes in your favorites. In today's contortion training at home, we will work in our middle split and backbends. And we will use the wall and a chair to help with alignment and getting deeper into the stretch. If your middle splits are not flat, don't worry, because mine are neither. In this case, you may want to have extra blocks around. Also, if you enjoy today's contortion training at home and you would like to improve your backbends, don't miss our new free 30-day backbend challenge that you can already sign up in our zoharyogaflex.com website. I'm leaving the link to the resource below and I hope to see you there. Alright, let's get started with today's contortion training at home and rock those middle splits and backbends. I meet you in the center of the mat. Meet me facing towards the ceiling and your forearms, and we are going to start opening the knee to the side, knee towards us, and then extending the leg. So warming up our hip joint. The foot wants to be touching all the time the mat. Let's do 10 of these. Two more. And now switch directions. So the knee comes first towards us, then we open. When we open, don't allow the hip to tilt, and then extend. Beautiful, let's switch sides. 10 in this direction and then we switch directions for other 10. And we switch directions. Nice. And now we are going to bring the knees towards us. Open into the butterfly, extend the legs, and bring the knees back to us. Other 10. And we stay in the butterfly. Here, if you want, you can rock the hips from one side to another. Now extend one leg. Close. Extend the other leg. Another round. Extend this leg. middle split. We're gonna close and open. When closing and open, try to keep the chest as open as possible. So you need to stay strong there. And now we stay in the middle split. We do little bounces coming from the feet. In reality, they are coming from the hip, but imagine like you want to bounce the feet. Take more, hold it there. Nice. Unpack yourself. Fine, now you're straddle split, and we are just gonna warm up a tiny bit more our hip rotation. So hands backwards and rotate your hip here inwards, back to center, and we go to the other side. And last one on both sides. Nice. For the next stretch, you may need the strap. I'm gonna show it how it looks with the strap, then I will do it without the strap. So we are gonna bind one foot, grab it with opposite hand, inhale, and on the exhale, side bend, and bring this hand forward and this arm over the head. So depending on your flexibility, if you are somewhere here, you may just stay here and then use the top hand to walk a tiny bit more the hand down and try to extend the arm. Now without the strap, it will look like this. This butt cheek may want to lift, push it down, super important. You may want to also use the exhales to twist more. Now look towards the foot, inhale, and exhale, forward fold. If you are using the strap, adjust your hands. Center, and we go to the other side. Inhale, and on the exhale, look towards the foot and forward fold. And now the last stretch here, it's gonna be forward folding. Try when you forward fold to tilt the hips, so sitting bones come towards the ceiling, and you want to try to open the chest. Beautiful. Now staying here, see if you can do internal rotation again on each side 3 times. Hips should be feeling a bit more open. Last one. Nice. Now we are going to slide actively in our half froggy, so let's just slide and come back up. Just be careful, don't go into your full range if you cannot come back up using your own core muscles and own strength. I don't want you to be like, woo, using like momentum to come back up. It's about engaging with your own strength in this range of motion and developing also that strength and body awareness. We are going to do 5 times coming up and down, and on the 6th we are going to hold it on the lowest point and then bring the hands very mindfully forward and slide deeper into our half froggy. Let's go. Hold it for 10. And hands forward. Rotate your hip and enter into a deeper half froggy. To come out, the right foot is gonna come towards the center and we slowly gonna start sinking down. Nice. Let's go to the other side. Let's start 5 times sliding, then hold it for 10 on the 6th and then hands down. Let's go. And now we go for our hold. Hands slowly forward. Rotate the pelvis and slide into a wider half froggy. And start closing the left foot and walking backwards to slowly sit. Yay! slide into our froggy and work a bit on the hip mobility in that stretch. For that, you may want to use some cushions or something that protects your knee, but still helps you sliding. As you see, I'm using this block. You can find them in my Amazon store. And I put a kitchen paper so it helps me to slide. An easy solution, and it helps protecting our knees. In the froggy stretch, you definitely want to pay attention to alignment. Knee and heel are in one line, knee and hips in another line. You bring the elbows out, try to slide in your pelvis, inhale, and on the exhale, see if you can open a bit wider. So for that, I bring my hips forward a tiny bit and then backwards, I rock them. That usually helps me opening more. Now, keeping your pelvis back, try to bring the hips backwards as if you want to sit. And then stay in your maximum range. Breathing in and breathing out, enjoying the stretch. If this stretch, by the way, feels easy, you can always challenge yourself placing yoga blocks under the knees. If it doesn't feel easy and it's rather challenging and uncomfortable, you should check out our middle split classes. I'm gonna leave the link here up to the most popular one. It's one I recorded for my students 4 years ago, and many people have trained with it and made amazing progress. So maybe you also find really useful for your middle split training. Now come to center. See if you can open a tiny bit more the knees. And we are gonna now work a bit on the rotation. So bring the foot up, but the movement comes from the hip, right? We do the other side. My hip mobility for middle split, overall it's non-existent. So these kind of exercises really helped me a lot throughout the last years to open the hips. Also, if splits training is something you would like to improve, you should also check out our free 30-day split challenge. The sign up is also below. It's in the same page as the 30-day Backbend challenge. Nice. Now bring the feet together, hands up, and slowly start sinking backwards. Whew. I hope you feel your hips. I definitely do. Let's start warming up our back, and for that we are going to do a flow that I have shown you in other classes. So from the child's pose, we are going to go into our extended cat pose, rounding the spine. We continue traveling into the cobra, and from here lift the hips up to enter in your cow pose and back into the child's pose. On your own rhythm, we are gonna do 5 of these. Let's go. And the next stretch is going to be our puppy stretch. We are going to start extending one arm first and then the other one. And then we will do both arms together. Let's go. Inhale and exhale. Extend your right arm. And try to keep the chest parallel to the floor. Let's go to the other side. And now both arms. Shake the shoulders. The next variation, we are gonna have a block between the hands and bring the hips a tiny bit more forward and then enter in that puppy pose. We've done it also in previous classes, so if you are not new to the channel, you should already know about this stretch. And the last one for our warm-up is the cobra. We are not going to be holding it in the highest point. Just try to come up and down 5 times, keeping the spine and the body warm. In our first drill in today's contortion training at home, we are going to be combining cobra with middle split. So for that you are going to need something that slides your foot. I'm going to use this. If you have socks, it's also very useful. So let's lay down into the stomach. So feet are together. I'm going to start opening the leg and then rotating here to the middle split. You want to then place my block here, close partly the leg, and then we go back to center and lift up, and then down. Do first 5 of these to warm up. next step, it's gonna be to do the same. Leg to center, back bend, and bring the back foot towards your head. And we do 5 of these. Let's go. And the last one. Now here, if you want, what you can do is also bring right hand to the center and grab the foot with the left hand. Use the foot to bring the hand down. Nice. And we do the same exercise on the other side. 5 times. The first drill, which it was just entering in that half middle split and go lifting up into your cobra. Then 5 more times where you bring the foot towards the head. And on the last round, you can try to hold the foot and kind of get deeper into the bend and the split itself. Now grab the foot if you want. Really use the foot there to help you get in a bit deeper. And we go to the next drill. Okay, so for the next drill, we are gonna use the chair to help us get in a bit deeper into the back bend. And since we wanna be in a comfortable position in our middle split, you may need some blocks if your middle splits are not flat. I'm having these 2 for me. I have extra around in case I need them. Also, I like to enter into the straddle split. If you don't know how to enter into the straddle split, you can just simply slide into your middle split. Let's go! And now here, pull yourself forward. So you see how my pelvis is tilting. I'm gonna pull my chest forward and look backward. I can extend one arm. I can extend the other arm. See if I can lay down a tiny bit more my stomach. So play with this stretch, depending on your back flexibility. You also may have other shapes to access. Yeah, it's really about trying out and see what works best for you. You may want to come out very softly from this stretch, by the way. And now we are going to do another variation where we are going to try to reach towards the top of the chair or to the edges and simulate that back bend while holding our middle split. Okay, maybe this chair is not the best. If you, for example, have these bars, the stall bar for the wall, that's perfect, for example. I'm gonna show it with the wall since my chair is not collaborating. The distance that you need from the wall, it's gonna be up to your anatomy, so you probably need to enter and go out from the pose a couple of times until you more or less get to know what's the right distance for you. But let's say for me, I'm gonna extend the arm. Sitting here in my middle space should be like a proper distance for me to back bend and reach the wall. Now when closing, you may want to go very softly. Thank you so much for joining today's contortion training at home focused on middle splits and back bends. Now, if you want to train further, I highly recommend you try our elbow stand class where I show you how to press from the straddle split. Your hips and legs are so nicely warm up for these kind of tricks that it will be a real pity if you miss now working on your straddle press. Even if maybe the class felt challenging, I can only encourage encourage you to keep practicing this contortion training, stay consistent, which is the most important part in any flexibility training, and most importantly, have fun. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below how today's contortion training felt on you. Also, if you have friends that would like to work in their flexibility, don't hesitate to recommend our channel. The more we are, the merrier. Bye!